Well, let's stick on defense. We'll go to defensive player of the year. And seems as I didn't really contribute a whole lot to that rookie defensive player of the year. I'm going to start with my one. And I know he's sort of whittled off a little bit in the last few weeks with in terms of his stat wise, but having watched him, and again, someone every time I watch the telly, he pops up. Nick Bonito at Denver is the top for me. I mean, he's fourth in sacks. He's got 4 sacks, 12 in pressures, 18, 6 quarterback knockdowns. I mean, he's contributing to a defense that's just like been unreal. They've been so good. And I have to admit, I do like the narrative a little bit that there hasn't been a back-to-back player since 2017, 2018, which was Aaron Donald, but there's not been a back-to-back player on the same team that has won it since 03, 04, and that was the Ravens, and that was
Ray Lewis
and
Terrell Suggs.
No.
Well, if he's on the Ravens team.
Yeah, on the Ravens. He was on the Ravens.
Oh, someone else.
So it was Ray Lewis and 03, 04.
What a brain fart.
Come on, Andrew. You've got all the knowledge in the world. You know it. Come on. Dig deep. 03, 04 Ravens. Defense.
Yeah. Maybe I've gone early with Suggs. Maybe it was a bit later.
Yeah, it's later, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, Fred.
Plays in the secondary.
Oh my God. Ed Reed.
Ed Reed. Yeah.
There we
Ed
go.
Reed.
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was thinking hard hitting. Say, oh, he was so good.
Ed Reed was class. So good. But there hasn't been a back-to-back same team defensive player of the year, because obviously Pat Surtain, the cornerback, won it last year. So I like that as well. I really like that narrative. He has sort of
stats, Fred. Sorry, I just
again.
You've lit a fire under me. Those stats. You should be proud. Just all of that. The Raven, the back-to-back.
I just think it's a great storyline. I think the Broncos defense has been unbelievable. And I would probably maybe gone Pat Surtain if it weren't for the injury. If it weren't for him being injured, I think I maybe would have stuck with him and gone, right, he'll do back-to-back and he'll be the first player to do it back-to-back, because he was playing at such an elite level before he got injured.
I think Bonito is obviously on my list. I think he's the best pass rusher when I watch games. As in his skill, as in I don't know, just his technique. Maybe it's because it's on that defense and there's other, but yeah. I know, Andrew, God, you have to go. I know what you're going to say.
Well, I got him at 40-1. He's now 33-1, but he's leading the league in sacks. He's leading the league in total tackles. He's leading the league in solo tackles. I mean, why are we not talking about if his stats and how he's playing and carrying a defense and being the leader of what we're saying is a real strong front seven? Why is Brian Burns not in this conversation?
I think he's in the conversation. I'm not saying he's not in the conversation.
I was looking, Andrew. This will obviously back up what you said. He's had a sack in every game but one, whereas everyone else has sort of been a bit spread about, like multiple.
Yeah, we got Myles Garrett having like 5 sacks in one game.
Yeah, exactly.
Stats a bit, yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. I'll give something to a Giants player. I've got it. Why not? But then I think the third name for me, Byron Young on the Rams, maybe because we saw him in London.
Yeah.
He had a good game in London. I think he's, again, a name that maybe not everybody's familiar with, but I think, again, it helps when you see them live. He had a great game at Wembley, and he's on 9 sacks. So,
yeah, bar the big game from Myles Garrett, Byron Young's been toe-to-toe with Burns, hasn't he, in terms of just the solo tackles and assists and total tackles and everything like that as well. He's just been nipping at the heels of Burns, just slightly behind him. So.
Yeah, on a team where everyone's like Nakua, Adams, Stafford,
Fisk.
Yeah, exactly. It was sexy on both sides of the ball, but sexier names on defense, and then all the offensive guys get all the praise.
50-1, by the way, Sky.
Byron Young.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so all the guys we think it should go to are nowhere near. Parsons is top, and then
because we watched the sport.
Mike Parsons is an interesting one. Do you think
Why is he up there? It's actually annoying.
He's had some really good big
Moments,
plays.
I
Like the
think.
start of the season, he wasn't on the field for the whole of the games. They were bringing him in at points that they knew they were going to need him. And I think because he's been on prime time a little bit, and they've gone, do you know what? This is a big play. We need a guy to step up, and he's been that guy. But I think that's individual sort of hand-picked highlights, if you like. Whereas the guys we're talking about are being solid through every single game, every single week, on every snap. So. Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe they think he's going again. Maybe they think he's going to kick on, and he's got the bigger chance of producing the bigger stats towards the end of the year when it matters. I don't know. I don't think these awards should definitely go to people who are on winning record teams so much. I think that's an MVP sort of award. So I think you give it to the actual best player, even if they're not on the best team, sort of thing. But it doesn't seem that way, does it?
No.
I am going to have to honourable mention, because he won't be talked about because of the position he plays, but Hufanga as well, the safety at Denver, he's been so good as well.
Fred, are you just watching Denver and the Colts and no one else?
Do you blame me? Denver are playing amazing and Colts are playing amazing. Well, they were playing amazing, and Denver have been well. Denver's had one bad game, and it was when we watched them at Tottenham, which is pretty annoying.
It's still good defensively, though, weren't there? Was that 10 sacks that day?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I think Hufanga, like, the safeties don't really win it, and Hufanga's been amazing this year. He's been unplayable at times. Like he's been. I think the sort of the lead. You know, he sort of reminds me of a bit of Troy Polamalu a little bit with how he plays and his hair and the style and stuff like that. Like I mean, I know San Francisco had to do it because of monetary reasons and they needed to relieve some of the cap, but man, I think if they went back, they'd change who they'd be paying a little bit. I think they'd be moving the money around a little bit for someone like him again now, because he's so good. And I think we're unfortunately going to be really boring and have all the same offensive player of the year, aren't we, as well?
I have a different name because I know what scenario is coming, but yeah, I think we all do.
Yeah, I've got an alternative name, but yeah, if it doesn't go to the guy that we've all got, then...
Well, I will kick us off with who it probably will go to, which is Jonathan Taylor. Amazing. I mean, second in attempts, 157, first in yards, 895 currently, first in touchdowns, 12, first in first downs, 47, first in yards per attempt, 5.7, second in yards per game, 99.4, and hasn't fumbled once yet. I mean, again, it's a little bit like the Christian McCaffrey conundrum of, like, Taylor is looking like exactly what he looked like about 4 years ago. He was playing at an amazing level, and then had injuries, got niggles, probably was getting relied on too much a little bit because of how poor the Colts were and the quarterback that they were having in the building, and maybe got a bit overworked. And now it's that good tandem of Jones being able to throw the ball. Obviously, threw the ball one too many times against the Steelers. It was about 50 plus attempts, which is crazy. But Jonathan Taylor it was the only team he's not really ran on that well, to be honest. And he's playing at a great level. And he's going to smash. I hope he might be looking to smash some records if he keeps up this momentum with how
he's ahead of Saquon, isn't he, at this point of the season when Saquon won it last year? I think he's currently ahead of him. And I think the fact that he's putting up breaking records for 3 touchdown games as well.
There was some obscene stat about that. I can't remember. I remember seeing it last week.
He's only quarterbacks, isn't it?
Fifth game,
like a list of people that have had 3 touchdowns in one game and how many times they've done it, and it's all quarterbacks, obviously throwing the touchdowns. I'm guessing. So yeah, and then you've got him.
So just to sling the cat amongst the pigeons, Sky, who's you're sort of involved in that area?
Should we say his initials at the same time, Andrew? Because I know you've got the same person. All right, 3, 2, 1. J.
JSN.
I was going to go like J.
Oh, okay.
Like wrestling. We obviously, good for the viewers. We didn't practice that. So. He's got 948 yards on 58 catches. That is ridiculous. And he's finally the guy that we expected. It's happened. They've unlocked his potential.
Yeah, he's one of these wide receivers that going into the draft people overlooked because he wasn't the number 1 guy on his team in college. And I think he's one of these guys that's always had to fight hard for his position because he's a bit smaller, not like the biggest, chunkiest like receiver out there. And he gets overlooked, and it's nice that he's been given his opportunity, because I really loved him and said, you know what, we're going to get rid of everyone. You're our wide receiver one for our team. And it's instant connection, because he's not doing this with a guy that has been his quarterback for many years and it's just finally clicking. It's with a new guy, and it was like day one. So that just proves how good of a wide receiver he is, and what he's been able to achieve. And talking about a team that we said looking like one of the best teams in the NFC at the moment. So it's down to him on that offense, I think. So yeah, it's any other time he probably would have been the front runner.
It's pretty remarkable that he was like third string 2 years ago, behind DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And it was like, why are you not above Tyler Lockett at least? And then they've got rid of more. And I think even people were a little bit like, oh, with the DK trade this offseason, and went like, I don't know if that was the right idea. I don't know if we should have done that. I mean, you got Sam Darnold in now. DK would have been really good for him. We're not really seeing it from JSN. Can he step up and be that guy? And he's just absolutely silenced the critics completely. And I know, Andrew, you're an Ohio State fan, so you never doubted that this guy's got talent and that he can be the number one. But for the neutral and everyone else out there, I think everyone was thinking, well, it might be a decent 2, but he's showing everyone, isn't he? He's just showing everyone. Yeah,
definitely. I think there was another wide receiver that could have been in this conversation. He's the one that I had for Offensive Player of the Year before the season started, and that through 3 or 4 games, I think the cash out on him was decent.
Yeah.
But he's had his injuries, and that's Puka Nacua. I think he's got a chance if he can stay healthy and push on. I think he's got a chance of being in the conversation as well.
He's definitely third, isn't
he? Does James Cook not get a bit of an honourable mention with the stats he's putting up?
Running back. That's a good.
No, because I think McCaffrey's been better than Cook.
No, he's up there with Taylor in terms of all them stats there. But I was saying.
Yeah, but McCaffrey in the receiving games is like above a load of wide receivers, isn't he?
Well, he's got over 600 yards, hasn't he? He's got 500.
Yeah, he's the seventh highest receiver.
Well, but I suppose then when we're talking about all of them there, like Taylor with that unreal amount of yards, and then JSN as well. Well, Christian McCaffrey is doing it all, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So surely that would catapult him up to the top of the list, I would have thought.
It's the record.
No one's going above Taylor. If Taylor stays on this trajectory, no one's going above him.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anyone else outside. Well,
Badgers
receiver-wise, yeah. You say again.
Badgers be badgering. No, he's St. Brown's got 7 touchdowns, isn't he? Oh, he's not going to be St. Brown. I'm just throwing names out there now.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, I think he's on 7. I don't know if he's leading the league, but he's definitely up there.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think. I think JSN's been really standout. And then when you say Puka Nacua, but he's been injured. And then I'm just trying to think of other receivers where I'm like, they've been unplayable. I love Amon-Ra. I think Amon-Ra is so underrated by everybody.
Jamar Chase has looked like a computer game at points. You know, he's got Joe Flacco throwing him the ball, and whoever else is throwing him the ball. Jake Browning throwing him the ball, and there's been games where he's just been unplayable. So I don't think he'll get it. He's getting, if you in terms of targets per catches per yards, Jamar Chase is like sort of 30 targets more than everybody else in the league. So I think that's probably.
But he did have 16 receptions in one game, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that is going to bloat it. No Keyshawn Butte up there for you, Sky?
No, maybe Demario Douglas after Sunday.
Well, definitely none of my players are, none of the Steelers players are in that conversation, unfortunately.